Wainaina. I also want to acknowledge my colleagues in management. That is the Deputy Vice Chancellors, the registrars present. I also want to acknowledge the executive deans and their deputies, the deans of various schools. I also want to acknowledge the directors of campuses and of centers. And I also want to acknowledge the professors of this great university, the chairmen of departments who also are part of Senate, members of staff present. We have a very strong student leadership body led by the governing council, so I want to recognize them. I also want to recognize all the other KUSA officials and our esteemed new students. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning again. This is the first time I am having an opportunity to address you since you came, but I've been interacting with you on an individual basis during the registration process, and some of you had an opportunity to share with me your experiences, and they were good. And so I want to take this opportunity to welcome you. My name is Professor Washeke Wanjohi, the Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of academic. So this particular ceremony and your studentship falls directly under my division, of course, with the oversight and guidance of the Vice Chancellor. So I really want to take this opportunity to extend a very, very warm welcome to you this morning, and not only to Kenyatta University, but also to this ceremony, and particularly our new students. And I want to take this early opportunity to heartily congratulate you for earning a place in this premier university and the top preferred university in Kenya and in the region. And I would like to say that this year we received the highest number of government-placed students in Kenyatta University history, and you are one of those students, and congratulations again. We also have received quite a number of students who have been placed or who had been placed in other universities and successively sought to transfer to Kenyatta University, again pointing to the nature and the premier nature of this university. I know a number of our officers have already interacted with you during the admission and the registration exercises since you reported, and we have also taken you through an orientation program. You have had an opportunity to meet with your deans, with your chairman, with heads of various divisions, including the directors and also the librarian. And all that was meant to give you a general glimpse of life on campus, the programs we offer, and to allow you also start interacting with your staff, with the staff in your respective schools. But there is something very unique about this day. It's a very, very special day for you for a number of reasons. One, it marks the formal commencement of your journey of university education presided over by the Vice Chancellor, and today we formally take you through an academic rite of passage called matriculation. And this will allow you to join a community of scholars and gain the envious status of students in an institution of higher learning. But before I delve deep into the meaning and the significance of this age-old ceremony in academia, let me just say three things as the DVC in charge of academic. One, you have earned your admission to Kenyatta University on merit. This is, of course, in spite of the strict selection and placement criteria, the tough national examinations that you had to undertake, and the stringent examination processes and procedures in our education systems, as you're aware. We therefore truly and genuinely celebrate you today and take delight in inducting such high caliber of freshers to the university through this matriculation ceremony. Congratulations once again, and can we clap for these matriculants? Number two, I would like to say that the academic journey you are about to begin will completely change your life, transform you in many aspects, and shape your future and destiny. So be ready to embark on this exciting journey. You have begun the most liberating chapter of your life, one marked by free and unlimited inquiry. This speaks to academic freedom. We, as a university, are happy to contribute to this life-changing journey, and we are confident that by the time you complete your studies and leave Kenyatta University, you will have been prepared adequately to play a meaningful role and impact our society. Number three, as the head of the division, the academic division in this university, I want to take this early opportunity to remind you that the primary reason that you joined the university is to pursue knowledge. The pursuit of knowledge entails not only the lecture hall activities and learning, but also cooperation, collaboration, interactions, and discussions with your peers, staff, and the university community at large. Many times, you will learn more outside than inside of the lecture halls. Take advantage of these live opportunities and the broad avenue of experiences for learning and growth. Join the university community in the exploration of truth and finding ways of implementing this knowledge for the good of our communities, the good of our country, and the good of the world at large. This is in tandem with our tagline, transforming higher education, changing lives. And now, as I promised, I would like to now define the word matriculation and help you understand the significance of this particular ceremony in the world of academia. The word matriculation comes from the Latin word matriculatus, which means to insert, and in this case, a name in a register or an official list, or to admit, and in this case, a student to a college or university by enrolling his or her name on the official register. Matriculation is therefore a formal process of entering into a university after fulfilling certain academic requirements. We hold this ritual each time we receive new students as the climax of the admission and the orientation processes. It is a ceremony that all Kenyatta University freshers must undergo and marks your formal admission into the respective programs in the university. Matriculation confers on the matriculants full membership of the university upon the fulfillment of all the necessary admission requirements. So this, my dear matriculants, is the kind of ceremony we are holding this morning to formally induct you into Kenyatta University community of scholars. And as part of this ceremony, you will be taking an oath administered by the deans of your the executive deans of your respective schools. And this oath is to bind you to Kenyatta University rules and regulations before the Kenyatta University ritual leaders present here and led by the Vice Chancellor, Professor Paul K. Wainaina. The matriculation oath will require you to be diligent in the pursuit of your studies. It will also require you to seek knowledge and truth, and it will also require you to promote the general good of the university. You will also be committing yourselves to be disciplined and good ambassadors of this university. Ladies and gentlemen, and our dear matriculants, I now wish to welcome you to this ritual of matriculation. May I now request the executive deans of the schools to administer the matriculation oath to the students in the order appearing in the matriculation program. And as the deans take you through this, please remember to respond with a loud "I do" as the executive deans of your respective schools takes you through the matriculation oath. Thank you very much.
We have a hotline, and the hotline is 020-250-3836. I think it is important to note that when you are not sick, you may think that we are wasting our time. But I think it is very, very important that you take that. In Kenyatta University, we have counseling services to help students handle emotional and psychological problems. We have career development and mentoring services to offer advice on career choices and practicum or internship placement. Again, you have been called here for a certain program. I think it will be nice to meet some of these experts who have been at the university. They know what you have taken, to get some advice how to handle the programs that actually you are taking, and probably where that program is going to take you. Then we have a Directorate of Disability Services, that is special needs, special services. This again is going to provide those services that those who have some challenges, disabilities, are taken care of. They have been invited to Kenyatta University. They are part of the community, and their challenges are going to be taken care of. And I want to confess again, of all the universities, Kenyatta University is the most prepared in terms of dealing with the people who otherwise could not have gone to university if they were not helped. So our services, even in the library, elsewhere, are second to none. So take advantage of that. We also have Shandaria Business Innovation and Incubation Center, which nurtures students' innovative ideas into viable startups and endeavors to inculcate a problem-solving culture. Again, we are saying you are coming here for a certain program. You may be having a talent that actually is not part of why you are here. We are telling you it will be nurtured. Any idea that you have and you think needs to be developed, you don't have to finish your programs here to be able to take that on. We are saying whatever talents you have, we have a place where we can give you some space and ask you to try and tell us what you think you have. You'll be listened to, there will be mentors, and therefore don't keep quiet. Don't say until you finish being an engineer or being a teacher, that is the only time. As I have said, we are here to make sure that you exploit all your talent. Having said that, we also have your government. Your government works with the university management to make sure that we are able to address the challenges that you actually go through. So what we have done is to make sure that your life, which has got very many areas, sections, have been taken care of by the people who are here. And we have what we call the student government, and you have seen the executive. These are again people who are close to you and they can advise you. There are people who know a few things about the university, who knows a few things about what may happen to you, and they can tell you that, they can warn you that in advance. They can even tell you what you can take advantage of. So, on our head, we are saying you have been taken care of. And therefore, as a member of this community, we are saying you also have responsibilities, which you have to adhere to. First of all, it is important for me to remind you, give priority to your academic work. The reason why you are here is the programs that you have registered for. This is why Kenyatta University has invited you. We are going to take care of all the other talents, but this is at the forefront. Our libraries are well stocked. Our lecturers, as we have said, they are knowledgeable. They will navigate you through. Secondly, adopt a balanced and healthy lifestyle. Participate in clubs, sports, and other creative activities. Say a big no to drugs and alcohol abuse. This is coming from the Vice Chancellor. This is coming from your dad. And I know what can happen. If probably you have started that habit in high school, please, we ask you to stop. We have seen chaplains here and all the other people who we can call the supporting staff. They are there to assist you. So, we are saying you enjoy yourself, have a healthy life, but it is important to understand why you are here. I know this sometimes is easier said and done. I was going round and I saw some notices talking about a bash for the first years. And I think either it is today or tomorrow, this is a place where you are going to be entertained, to be introduced, but it is important to understand that this has to be done with discipline. And that is what KUSA understands. So I'm asking KUSA government to make sure that you take care of our new entrance to Kenyatta University community. Be disciplined, be of high moral character, do not succumb to negative pressure, and always be KU good ambassador in whatever you do and say. I heard you take an oath. That is a very serious way of getting to this community. And I hope you will not be one of those who will be cast for not adhering to the oath, to defend your school and what it means, and also the ethos of Kenyatta University community. Fourth, play by the rules. Familiarize yourself with the student handbook, adhere to the university rules and regulations on students' conduct and the laws of Kenya. Above all, do not commit examination irregularity and strictly adhere to the university social media policy. Again, it may not look very important, but you are saying you are a member of this community, but at large, you are over 18. So, expected to adhere to the rules of the land. And therefore, we are saying, please act and behave honorably. Fifth, it is security. Although the university has the necessary personnel, equipment, and facilities to ensure your safety and security, your security and that of others start with you. Whatever the director is going to do to make your life secure, you are the first person to do that. So help Kenyatta University to make you safe. Again, this is very, very important, particularly for those who have come all the way. They may not have been in the urban areas. Please make sure that you adhere to security and try to know if there is some alarm somewhere. If you feel threatened, where do you go? Again, by the time after this, you need to know where we are located as a security. For your security, it is important to take these numbers down. We have what we call rapid response unit, where we have somebody on duty 24 hours, and the number is 0725 471487. Let me repeat again. The number is 0725 471487. We also have a control room. And the control room, the number is 020 870 4408. We are saying, after I have introduced all those support staff, this is places where you can ask for help or advice. All these people are at your service all the time. Finally, students, I urge relevant university officers and KUSA leaders to ensure that all first-year students are properly oriented and assisted to settle down and adapt to campus life. As the youngest members of our large family, it is your responsibility to induct the students into their new environment so that they can effectively play their roles in pursuing our collective vision to be a dynamic, inclusive, and globally competitive center of excellence in teaching, research, and service to humanity. KUSA leadership. I know, and this is through experience, there are some of the students who try to take advantage of the new students. The 2 or 3 weeks are very critical, and I'm asking KUSA to make sure that no students or student body try to take advantage of the new students, trying to guide them to areas that we don't expect the student to go to. This is again real, and I hope the chair or the president of KUSA is aware of that. Otherwise, for me as the Vice Chancellor, I want to thank you. I want to ask God to bless you, to stay in KU safely for the 4 years, 5 years, and 6 years, so that in the end you find yourself here achieving what you came for. Thank you, and God bless you.
Wardens, members of staff, members of the Kenyatta University Student Association, Student Governing Council, members of the 20th KUSA Congress, and our dear esteemed first-year student, good afternoon. a better good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you. It's my privilege and honor to move a vote of thanks on this very important occasion of matriculating our esteemed first-year student. And first, like our mighty Kenyatta University choir sang, haijakuwa rahisi, ni mkono wa, si ndivyo tulisema? So we want to thank the Almighty God for actually according each one of you an opportunity to join the Kenyatta University community, and also that this day has been a great success. We also, in a very special way, want to appreciate our distinguished chief guest of today, our Vice Chancellor, Professor Paul K. Wainaina. Thank you for gracing this occasion, and most importantly, for sharing very thoughtful, provoking, meaningful, and timely address to our freshmen and women. And your inspiring ones have indeed set a tone and pace to our dear first-year student, even how to navigate Kenyatta University in the years ahead. Please feel very much appreciated. We also want to appreciate members of the management board. Thank you for your outstanding contribution and also the support you continue to accord the Vice Chancellor as they lead this premier great Kenyatta University. And your presence here too is well appreciated. We want to also appreciate the members of Senate, our professors and lecturers. Thank you, executive deans, for matriculating our dear esteemed first years today. And all senators, we also appreciate your active participation and also your dedication in stewardship of the faculty members in your respective schools and departments who will nurture and guide these young minds present here today. We appreciate our professors for your commitment to education and invariable contribution. Indeed, you are a backbone to this great institution. In a very special way, we want to appreciate the organizing committee, which was led by the head of the academic division, DVC Academic, Professor Washeke Wanjoy, ably supported by the registrar academic, Professor Benan Kevunge, the directors and ends of unit in the academic division, all members of the organizing committee for the registration, orientation, and matriculation planning. You ensured the process was seamless and well organized, which all of us witnessed during the registration and even the orientation process that has culminated to this event today. We appreciate your tireless work and effort behind the scenes and your deep involvement into the entire process. We went beyond our comfort zone, and this is truly appreciated. We may not thank you enough, but please feel appreciated. We also want to thank our chaplains for your spiritual support and nourishment. Already, there are many programs that have been rolled out since you came here, and we truly appreciate that support. We also appreciate our wardens. They have also started working with us. They were here to receive you. Thank you, our wardens. We want to also appreciate the MC of the day, the media team, the technical team, the logistics team, our student volunteer ushers who have been here since you came, our catering team, our security team, and all of us for also ensuring this event has been a great success. We also want to appreciate the KUSA leadership. This is the 20th Congress, the 20th Student Governing Council led by the chairman, Glenn Gekundi. We appreciate also the support you're given the first year since they came, and we also believe that you will continue with the same support as they settle down. And to our dear esteemed first-year students, we want to thank you for choosing Kenyatta University as the university of your choice. Indeed, we are thrilled that you have joined us. Welcome to Kenyatta University. May your journey be filled with knowledge, growth, and unforgettable experiences. We look forward in seeing you thriving as you learn and make a mark in Kenyatta University. And to all of us, thank you for your presence here today. For making this a memorable occasion, we want to wish you a great afternoon. And as it is a tradition in Kenyatta University, we will crown our vote of thanks by giving a round of applause. And this is how we shall do it so that we all feel included. We thank God, and everybody have mentioned will be included in this club. And because
ukatili na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari.
Mimi ni mwanamke mwake.
Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake nami Caroline Kimwele.
Katika mitindo ya kipwani hapa KUTV. Yaani tunapozungumzia mitindo ya kipwani basi unaona napigwa na mawimbi makali sana ya baharini kutoka katika ufuo wa hoteli moja inayofahamika kama North Coast Beach Hotel, ambao ndio wadhamini wa kipindi hiki cha mitindo ya kipwani. Penzi mtazamaji, kwenye mitindo ya kipwani hutakosa kupata mapishi ya vyakula vya kipwani. Yaani hapa tunazungumzia vyakula vilivyokolezwa na kukorombezwa. Iliki, karafuu, abdalasini, samaki wa baharini, vyakula vilivyopikwa na kusukwa kwa kutumia nazi. Bila kusahau mazungumzo ya moja kwa moja, mazungumzo ya kusisimua na wataalam tofauti, waandishi wa vitabu waliobobea, watunzi wa kuhani mashairi. Bila kusahau mpenzi mtazamaji, taratibu zetu za taarabu na chakacha. Yaani pale ni pale ambapo viuno vya wanawake vinazungushwa kisawasawa kama panga boy za trekta ndani ya KUTV mitindo ya kipwani. Ukiwa nami na hodha wako Waridi Tamu. Usiakose matamu jamani.
So my name is Jakub Petri. I'm Associate Professor in the Institute of Philosophy of Jagiellonian University in Krakow, Poland. And I'm the main coordinator of the Cafe project, which is being here hosted by Kenyatta University.
My name is Ewa Hudoba. I am a project manager in this consortium. Keep watching cutting-edge research at Kenyatta University Television.
Msimu mpya, uso mpya, nguvu mpya, bila shaka na ari mpya. Lakini dhamira ni ile, kuboresha kilimo kwa maisha bora. Jiunge nami James Baraka na hodha wako mpya wa kipindi cha Boresha Kilimo, tunapochunguza mbinu za kisasa za kilimo, ukipenda teknolojia ibuka katika kilimo, maoni ya wataalamu na hadithi za mafanikio kutoka kila pembe ya taifa. Kutoka kwa wakulima wadogo hadi biashara za kilimo zilizostawi, tunakuvika maarifa na suluhisho kamili, si tu za kuongeza mazao yako, bali pia kuimarisha maisha yako. Kila Jumamosi saa 6:30 na Jumanne saa 4 asubuhi, usipitwe na baraka za Boresha Kilimo, nami James Baraka, hapa KUTV.
Are you ready to take charge of your health? Welcome to Focus on Health, your weekly guide to staying informed and living better. Join me every week as I sit down with trusted medical experts.
Gynecology is basically a field concerned with mainly the female genitalia.
Explore real-life stories
during when the patient comes in,
and bring you updates and tips that are beneficial to your health. Because health isn't just important, it is everything. Tune in to Focus on Health every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. only on KUTV. I'm your host, Kandia Marian, and I'll see you then.
badala ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu wengi walio wana
kazi. Lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili.
Bila woga, watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi. Wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi. Hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo hukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka ya nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
Miti miti, panda panda. Our planet's future is in our hands. However, there is a threat to the brightness of this tomorrow. On EarthCheck, we share the challenges, the solutions, and the hope.
I would call this a very momentous day, a very critical day.
Every episode, every story, every step we take creates a ripple. Join me, the environmentalist Emmanuel Kutosi, on KUTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m. and be part of EarthCheck. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Okemwa Mukwa James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu umwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia,
They find it quite strange talking to you.
We should just make schools integrated,
Inclusive setups.
by providing the right facilities.
Get ready to embark on a journey into the exciting world of technology as we uncover the latest trends, interview top thought leaders, and dive deep into the world of tech like never before.
Currently, we are facing the challenge in terms of finance. It requires one to move from different counties because we really need a large data set for our model to be more accurate.
In this new and exciting series of the Technovation Show, join me, Yvonne Kimuma, every Monday, 8:30 p.m. for a fun and thrilling experience as we explore the cutting-edge developments, meet visionaries driving change.
Somebody who is in the underground mine doesn't know the presence of those gases. So there are a lot of gases involved. There is methane, there is carbon monoxide, and there's also hydrogen sulfide. These gases actually, they are very dangerous and they're very toxic.
And discover the endless possibilities of the tech world.
Information is going to be stored. Is the end user aware that this chat box is a third-party chat box? You know, we have gone and contracted OpenAI and said, we like how your ChatGPT works. Can you give us a ChatGPT extension that allows us to do A, B, C, D, E? So that is something that we talk about. We talk about by design, this thing is meant to comply with the provisions of the Act. And when you talk about by design, other than just consent, other than ensuring that the end user understands, there also, are we just collecting the only information that we need, or are we going to collect more than we need? You know, we only need to have a chat box to ask people to confirm if they have paid for their school fees. Then we do not need to know who their mother, their father is. We just need to have the message just indicating that this is my admission number, this is how much I have paid, and this is the number that has paid.
uso na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Kimwele.
In a world where uncertainty rules and opportunities are scarce, it's time to break from the barrier and unlock your full potential.
We must live within our means. We cannot spend money that we don't have.
We will explore the fascinating world of investment, trade secrets, business strategies, and entrepreneurship.
Sasa challenges ziko mingi sana. Parking ya mzigo imekuwa mbaya. Unaweka pesa yako inakataa kurudi.
Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting out, what you covered with invaluable insights to help you succeed.
Now, this year we have seen a rebound in the economy, which is well above the global average of the 3%.
Join me, SYLVIA, every Sunday and Monday on KUTV News at 9, and let's turn your dreams into reality.
Tunachimba hadi mizizi, kukuletea yanayojiri.
So mimi naomba tu serikali yetu ya Mungu, jibarikiwe na Mungu, iweze kuteremsha bei ya mafuta.
Yanayokukumba tuna maizi, tunakutetea sisiri. Kwa kweli ni speciali tukikupambia makala ya mwanamke mwake. Utasema hupendi mizizi ya habari. Nami Caroline Kimwele.
Information is going to be stored. Is the end user aware that this chat box is a third-party chat box? We have gone and contracted OpenAI and said, we like how your ChatGPT works. Can you give us a ChatGPT extension that allows us to do A, B, C, D, E? So that is something that we talk about. We talk about by design, this thing is meant to comply with the provisions of the Act. And when you talk about by design, other than just consent, other than ensuring that the end user understands, they're also, are we just collecting the only information that we need, or are we going to collect more than we need? We only need to have a chat box to ask people to confirm if they've paid for their school fees. Then we do not need to know who their mother, their father is. We just need to have the message just indicating that this is my admission number, this is how much I have paid, and this is the number that has paid.
Get ready to embark on a journey into the exciting world of technology as we uncover the latest trends, interview top thought leaders, and dive deep into the world of tech like never before.
Currently, we are facing the challenge in terms of finance. It requires one to move from different counties because we really need a large data set for our model to be more accurate.
In this new and exciting series of the Technovation Show, join me, Yvonne Kimuma, every Monday, 8:30 p.m. for a fun and thrilling experience as we explore the cutting-edge developments, meet visionaries driving change.
Somebody who is in the underground mine doesn't know the presence of those gases. So there are a lot of gases involved. There is methane, there is carbon monoxide, and there's also hydrogen sulfide. These gases actually, they are very dangerous and they're very toxic.
And discover the endless possibilities of the tech world.
In a world where uncertainty rules and opportunities are scarce, it's time to break from the barrier and unlock your full potential.
We must live within our means. We cannot spend money that we don't have.
We will explore the fascinating world of investment, trade secrets, business strategies, and entrepreneurship.
Sasa challenges ziko mingi sana. Parking ya mzigo imekuwa mbaya. Unaweka pesa yako inakataa kurudi.
Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting out, what you covered with invaluable insights to help you succeed.
Now, this year we have seen a rebound in the economy, which is well above the global average of the 3%.
Join me, ANYANGO SYLVIA, every Sunday and Monday on KUTV News at 9, and let's turn your dreams into reality.
A new era, a new people. This is the Law Matters Show. A program that brings you legal sensitization on your television.
My statement is written and just the quote the prosecution.
I think that this loss is a setback for Raila Odinga.
What policy recommendations were fronted by the candidate?
With diversity, we demystify important legal issues locally, regionally, and internationally.
What Tanzanians.
Join me, Elvin Onsongo, as I bring you more insights on law matters.
We are looking at social issues. What is the problem? Is it the economy? Is it...
Law Matters Show, creating awareness, advocacy, and enhancing lives.
University Library Orientation for New Students, presented by KU Postmodern Library Team. The orientation objectives. After going through this orientation, you'll be able to identify and use the library online catalog, which is the maktaba.ku.ac.ke. You'll be able to search and locate both print and electronic information resources to enable you meet your learning and research needs. You'll be able to know the various channels of communication that will enable you exploit available resources. You will also acquire lifelong skills to help you responsibly use information irrespective of distance and time. In this library orientation, we are aiming at inculcating skills to help you access and use services and resources provided by our postmodern library in its entire network. The library has several branches, each in all the KU campuses. We have the main campus, Parklands campus, City campus, Kitui campus, Mombasa and Nakuru campus libraries. You are advised to follow all the rules and regulations as established from time to time. You can have a see at the rules and regulations which are available at the library website and brochure. The library is departmentalized into various sections. So the main campus library is divided into, we have the basement area, which is, we have the bibliographic control section. We have ground floor, where we have the education subject library, special needs section, and information desk, where you can have queries, and also we have the circulation desk, where you can have check-in and check-out books. We have first floor, which we call the social sciences subject library, And we also have the administration offices in first floor, where we have the chief librarian's office and also the deputy university librarian's office. We have second floor, which is the humanities subject library. So all books in humanities area are in second floor. We have third floor, which is the science and technology subject library. Fourth floor is the research and special collections, and we also have books in health sciences also located in the fourth floor area. We have fifth floor, which we call the research commons, which is a reading space for the staff and the postgraduate students. We have common services and facilities. So the following services and facilities are available in every floor within the main campus library, postmodern library and campus libraries. We have the subject service counter. We have the OPACs. We have books on the shelves which are well arranged. We have reading areas, discussion room, instruction room. We have reading carrels. We have a computer lab. We have wireless internet, accessible wireless internet. We have washrooms, fire exits and security checks and surveillance, where we have personnel, a detector machine, laptop registration, and also the CCTV, which is available in the main campus only. Access to information services. The library services can be accessed both online and also on the campus. Maktaba.ku.ac.ke is the gateway to access the library collections, plus links to ebooks, e-journals, and other open education resources, OERs. Every KU students or staff must register as a library user in order to access some critical library services. You can register and use any of our campus libraries near you, since we are one indivisible network. So to register for the library services, you can register to access the print resources and the electronic resources. So I'll take you through both registration processes. So for the print resources available in the library, registration is already provisionally done, and on your first physical visit to the library, you need to visit the circulation desk and update your records. The requirements are your staff or student's ID, and we also require you to have your KU corporate email. Please note that no material should leave the library without passing through the circulation desk. The other registration, which I'll take you through, is the electronic resources. Students and staff should register themselves virtually. For self-registration, please visit the self-registration link on the maktaba.ku.ac.ke platform. Follow the prompts once you see the MyLoft open on your screen. You may also start by typing app.myloft.xyz. Once your registration is done, of course using your corporate email, and your corporate email normally ends with @students.ku.ac.ke for the students and @ku.ac.ke for the staff, you can then proceed to access the e-resources database of your choice. Please note that you can download MyLoft app on your phone, register and use resources wherever you are. At the circulation desk, we have the following services. You can register for library services. There is borrowing and lending of books. We have clearance of library users. We have the payment of overdue fines, general inquiries, and laptop registration, all done at the circulation desk within the library. The KU library catalog, you need to familiarize yourself with how the library catalog looks like. So once you enter the web address maktaba.ku.ac.ke, you'll see the page open, and there's always the search box. Do not log into the login gaps on the screen. Instead, focus on the search box or on the registration. If you need to register, and also on the e-resources login when you need to log in. The Maktaba link has a number of useful online links. Among the links, we have the library orientation video, we have the library website, we have the library brochure, research for life databases, library policy, e-resources registration, and e-resources login. Once you successfully register to access the e-resources, we have listed a few of the online books and online journals which you have access to. So for the e-books databases, we have ProQuest / eBook Central, that is the name of the database. We have Betham Science, we have Core, we have Google Books, we have Science Direct, we have Springer, we have ProQuest, D&T, we have DOAB. For the e-journal databases, we have a few listed for you, which I'm going to read. We have EBSCO, Emerald, G-Star, Research for Life, Taylor and Francis, African Journals Online, EBSCO Publications, and the IEEE database. When you need to register to access all those databases we've gone through, the screen that appears on your device, on your online device, should look like what we have in front of us, which is from the MyLoft software. We have some gaps which need to be filled for you to register successfully. We have a gap where you need to write your full name. You have to write again your corporate email. You need to create a password and confirm the password, and you need to check the box to agree with the terms and conditions. Click on continue, and then you'll proceed to finish the registration process. Once you register, you're going to see a screen because it will be your first time registration, but after you've been completely registered, you'll be able to see the database. The database is available for you so that you can select which database you deem useful. So we have a sample e-resources database where we have a list of all the databases we have subscribed to. So from the screen, it's alphabetically listed from Agora, Ajol till the last one. So you can explore the databases available for you. We have benefits of using the app, and the application is the MyLoft. So it is accessible on and off campus and therefore convenient for learning online. It is cost effective, which means you don't need to be within the library to access the online resources. It has an app which is downloadable on your phone to access the e-resources. The last benefit is it enables you to download PDFs and use them later when you are offline. Requirements for using the MyLoft. When you're using the browser, you need to either use Chrome browser or Edge browser to successfully access the resources without any challenges. And when you download on your phone the MyLoft app, you need to have Android 9 and above. For searching techniques, now that you've seen we have a number of databases, you need to select a particular database and you can access this. You can conduct either a basic or a simple search to access the resources from the database. You can also do an advanced search. So we also have a way where you can narrow and expand the search based on what exactly you're looking for. And to narrow and expand your search, you can either combine concepts or search phrases. You can add geographical filters, like adding Kenya, Uganda on your search phrase to filter, to narrow, or to expand your search results. You can also filter your results using the date 2015 to 2023, for example. You can also filter the format where you need only PDF and you need full text. So all this will help you when you are narrowing or expanding your search. Please note that you can refer to the search strategies guidelines in the library website for detailed instructions. We have another important database called the KU Institutional Repository. So the KU Institutional Repository can be searched online, and it's available publicly via its repository. This is where we have research work written by KU staff and students, and you can access full text contents of thesis and dissertations. We have projects, we have research papers, conference and seminar papers. So in the repository, in the KU repository, you need no password to access the resources available there, and you can also search other existing repositories. Please note that thesis and dissertations are also available through ProQuest D&T Open. It's important to use information responsibly, and that is why we always talk about citing and referencing. And you need to manage both citing and referencing. So to avoid plagiarism, you need to do proper citations using the prescribed style by your lecturers or your supervisors. Some of the referencing styles which we have are the APA, MLA, IEE, E, and more. We have free and open source software available for you, which you can automatically download, install, and they do help you when you're citing using whichever citation style, whether APA or MLA. So we have two very useful softwares. They are Zotero and Mendeley. We have the in-text citation and apt referencing to help mitigate plagiarism. We have an anti-plagiarism policy and software in place, which are also very useful to help in responsible use of information. So KU uses a text matching software called Turnitin to control quality, curb plagiarism, and encourage originality in scholarly writing. KU also has an existing plagiarism policy, and we have highlighted a few of the very important points you need to remember. The similarity index, which is not more than 16% and not less than 6%. Individual sources, which should also not be more than 1%. So all of them are supposed to be 1 and less than 1%. Turnitin logins are given to the staff or your supervisors. The supervisors can check the students' work. Inquire from your lecturer more about this requirement. We have the frequently asked questions. So as not to reinvent the wheel as a library, we have compiled the frequently asked questions to be a first point of call to answer your queries. You can access this at frequently asked questions page in the library website. We have key channels of communication, and the following are the channels that we have available for you to link with us. We have the email maktaba@ku.ac.ke. We have Ask a Librarian. The email is askalibrarian@ku.ac.ke. We have a link which enables you find a list of librarians who you can contact, liaison librarians. We have the chat platform Talk To, where you can chat with us one-on-one. We have social media accounts. We have a Facebook account, a Twitter account. You can also contact us through that channel. We also have campus-specific library emails, so feel free to contact us. parting shot, please remember to register yourself in the MyLoft platform for e-resources access via the maktaba.ku.ac.ke site. Please download MyLoft app in your Android phone to enable you optimize limitless e-resources access. The third, remember to confirm your registration in the library by availing your corporate email and student ID to the circulation counter the next time you visit the library. Inquire from any of our library staff in case you have any information challenges. Thank you for your attention and welcome to KU for an exciting tour of study.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
A new era, a new people. This is the Law Matters Show. A program that brings you legal sensitization on your television.
My statement is written and just the quote the prosecution.
I think that this loss is a setback for Raila Odinga.
What policy recommendations were fronted by the candidate?
With diversity, we demystify important legal issues locally, regionally, and internationally.
What Tanzanians.
Join me, Elvin Onsongo, as I bring you more insights on law matters.
We are looking at social issues. What is the problem? Is it the economy? Is it...
Law Matters Show, creating awareness, advocacy, and enhancing lives.
Majuka ni kama unarusha mikono tingisha kichwa chuko sivute kisogo.
Mbona nyinyi na wawasha nkikula nyama choma tu firifiri na
niko na pesa kushinda babako. Kasikia vibaya uko kwenu. Kasikia vibaya.
I want to flex my love.
Fashion. It's more than just clothes. It's a statement, a feeling. An art form, a way to express yourself, a reflection of who you are. It's Fashion Diaries. Join me, Ashley Asachi, every Monday from 8 p.m. as we bring you Kenya's latest trends. Imagine fashion designers, glamorous fashion events, runway shows, red carpet events, and so much more. Fashion Diaries, unleashing your inner fashionista.
Information is going to be stored. Is the end user aware that this chat box is a third-party chat box? We have gone and contracted OpenAI and said, we like how your ChatGPT works. Can you give us a ChatGPT extension that allows us to do A, B, C, D, E? So that is something that we talk about. We talk about by design, this thing is meant to comply with the provisions of the Act. And when you talk about by design, other than just consent, other than ensuring that the end user understands, there also, are we just collecting the only information that we need, or are we going to collect more than we need? We only need to have a chat box to ask people to confirm if they've paid for their school fees. Then we do not need to know who their mother, their father is. We just need to have the message just indicating that this is my admission number, this is how much I have paid, and this is the number that has paid.
2, 3, keep on going, 4, 5, 6, keep on going, 7, go for 8, give me 9, 10 more to go, 10, 9, good job, 8, low, squat, low, the rest, take it all the way up. Here we go, unity.
Tunachimba hadi mizizi kukuletea yanayojiri.
So mimi naomba tu serikali yetu ya Mungu ibarikiwe na Mungu iweze kuteremsha bei ya mafuta
Yanayokukumba tuna maizi, tunakutetea sisiri. Kwa kweli ni speciali tukikupambia makala ya mwanamke mwake. Utasema hupendi mizizi ya habari. Nami Caroline.
Kaka mtazamaji popote ulipo, unapokuwa ukitazama Safina Show
inang'oa nanga sasa hivi. Ungana nami Albanas Mwania, nahodha wa Safina Show, nikutoe ng'ambo ya pili hadi ufuoni. Safina Show, sauti ya matumaini.
Miti miti, panda panda. Our planet's future is in our hands. However, there is a threat to the brightness of this tomorrow. On EarthCheck, we share the challenges, the solutions, and the hope.
I would call this a very momentous day, a very critical day.
Every episode, every story, every step we take creates a ripple. Join me, the environmentalist Emmanuel Kutosi, on KUTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m. and be part of Welcome.
A new era, a new people. This is the Law Matters Show. A program that brings you legal sensitization on your television.
My statement is written and just the quote the prosecution.
Saying that this loss is a setback for Raila Odinga.
What policy recommendations were fronted by the candidate?
With diversity, we demystify important legal issues locally, regionally, and internationally.
What Tanzanians.
Join me, Elvin Onsongo, as I bring you more insights on law matters.
We are looking at social issues. What is the problem? Is it the economy? Is it...
Law Matters Show, creating awareness, advocacy, and enhancing lives.
Get ready to embark on a journey into the exciting world of technology as we uncover the latest trends, interview top thought leaders, and dive deep into the world of tech like never before.
Currently, we are facing the challenge in terms of finance. It requires one to move from different counties because we really need a large data set for our model to be more accurate.
In this new and exciting series of the Technovation Show, join me, Yvonne Kimuma, every Monday, 8:30 p.m. for a fun and thrilling experience as we explore the cutting-edge developments, meet visionaries driving change.
Somebody who is in the underground mine doesn't know the presence of those gases. So there are a lot of gases involved. There is methane, there is carbon monoxide, and there's also hydrogen sulfide. These gases actually, they are very dangerous and they're very toxic.
And discover the endless possibilities of the tech world.
Ni nguzo na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari-ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake. Nami Caroline Kimwele.
This program is rated GE. Content carried in here is suitable for general family viewing.
All right, a very good morning to you, our gentle viewer back at home. I know you've been waiting for us for the longest time this morning for us to get started, but finally we are here for a conversation related to money. You know, Biashara Tuesday is a show that is always keeping you updated, always informing you on matters business. How do you stay at the top of your game if you're a business person, an entrepreneur, or planning to get in that field? So this morning, I'm joined by very brilliant minds, and they will be helping us understand how well do we move from surviving to actually living our lives. How well can we save our money? How well can we be good managers of our money, because most of the time, I know there is this narrative that money comes and goes, but then how do we make use of it as it's there? There's also a narrative that you only live once. You know, if you're in this generation, you know something called YOLO, you only live once. So most of the time we tend to use our money in ways that we are living for now and not minding what happens in the next 10 years, in the next 5 years. And this mostly affects the youth in our society, whether you're a student or just a young person out there. And you probably have your only stomach as your only responsibility. Like your stomach is the only thing that you can worry about. You are your own responsibility. If you don't have a child or anything that makes you grounded, most of the time we tend to forget that we have a future. So helping us understand this conversation this morning, we are joined by CPA Dorothy Chepkoech and Elvis Maina. They're experts in the finance field. They'll be helping us understand how well can we save, what is a good debt and what is a bad debt, and how well can we step at the top of the game. Allow me to allow my guests introduce themselves this morning. I'll begin from you, Dorothy.
Okay, good morning. My name is Dorothy Chepkoech. I am a certified public accountant, a certified internal auditor, certified risk management assurer, and I'm currently finalizing on my certified secretary. So my background is, I was a student here many years ago, and I did finance. I majored in finance, BCom finance, and the reason I took it was because I believed it would teach me how to invest, to teach me how to be an investment guru, and investment is about just multiplying what you have. So I'm happy to be here and happy to discuss the lessons I've learned over time. Thank you.
So far, how is it working for you?
Because saving is a habit, or rather a lifestyle you create. At this point in my life, I'm thinking phase 2. Phase 1 is up to 40, right? So phase 2 is past 40. So at this phase in my life, I believe it's become part of me. So it's almost automatic that I'll save. And there are ways to force yourself to actually save. And not only save, but to put it somewhere so that it earns you an income. So I would say at this point, it's become a habit. And it is a habit that is useful and creative for me as a professional and as a person who is also an entrepreneur.
All right, you're talking of the fourth floor, getting to the fourth floor. From your younger self, your younger 21-year-old, the young girl, what difference can she see from you right now that could probably change her life before she gets to the fourth floor?
So interestingly, at 21 is when I think I got my first job. But how I look at things at 40 and at 21 is different. So at 21, you never think of what are these other additional sources of income I can pursue without jeopardizing the big goal. So at that point, it's your first job. So you don't have many demands on your salary. You don't have many asks. You may not even have a big vision of how will it be when I turn to 40. But when you get to 40, you realize every stage of your life requires a different version of you. So if I'd known then at 21, it means there are things I would have done to probably make myself earn more money, because at that time you have more time, you have more, people are willing to listen to you more, and there are not a lot of demands on you. So that means you can save more, and you can invest more, and you can use many other channels of earning income, because you're still young and energetic. So if I'd known then this, what I know now, I'd probably be a millionaire or billionaire.
All right, Elvis, you're hearing that. If she'd known that, she'd probably be a millionaire. Right now, I think we're almost the same age group, and most of the time they say that if you're between 20 and around, let's just push it forward to 30, you probably have a high range of making mistakes, whether it's business mistakes, adventure in terms of business, what best works for you. You have time. If you begin now, probably in the next 10 years, you're going to be somewhere better than today. As a fourth-year student, sorry, I didn't give you a chance to introduce yourself.
Okay, so thank you. So my name is Elvis Maina. I'm a fourth-year student here in Kenyatta University. I'm pursuing Bachelor of Commerce in Finance option. Yeah, so also I'm a certified QuickBooks expert. Thank you.
Goodness. All right, now we are talking about the young age. How do you find this knowledge relevant in your life? Because as a young person, it's very difficult to save. How do you take this?
Okay, so savings, I would say that savings is an initiative which each and every person should begin with. Like, you don't save because you're not supposed to be saving just to maybe live a better life in future, but it's for your own good. So savings as a young person should be an initiative out of your own will. I believe that for me, what has worked for me is that the moment I started networking with the corporate people, that is the moment when I understood that savings can open either your maybe your future life or maybe something of that sort. So I believe that for a young person, you need to start saving as early as possible, because later in the 40s, maybe you're not sure of job security or any of that sort.
We are here at a young person, you should begin saving. A typical young person in Kenya will probably be sent by the parents probably 1,000 bob a week. And on top of that, you can, if you're lucky, you'd get help. In the current funding model, if you are lucky, you'll even get that help. So most of the time you get that a young person probably is depending on the parent. If it's an industrious person, they'll probably get this, we have a generation of gig jobs. So you'll probably get a gig that every weekend you're getting at least 1,000 bob or 2,000 shillings. So with this little amount of money, you're in that space. Okay, let me not judge your financial muscles, but talking from a point of a typical young person who is in school or a typical young person who is hustling out there, they're probably getting a maximum of 20,000 as revenue. How do you save from that with this economy?
Okay, one of the things to save from maybe a low income person can be, first you need to budget your income. I think that is the baseline of each and every saving perspective. So you know what are your expenses. So you need to, there is something in economics we say that, I can't remember very well, but it's something which you prioritize or you group your expenses or your needs based on what is most important. So if you do that, you'll be able to maybe have a percentage. Also, there is a rule about 20%. You need to save out of what you're earning. Despite the income you're getting, you're supposed to save 20% of what you get. So I think if you take those two initiatives, you'll be able to get something which you're saving.
From your perspective, Dorothy, what do you think prevents the young people from practicing prudence, investment, or generally managing their finances well?
Well, to begin with, that can be a bit too much to ask of the younger people. Because when you're young, you're young. I think you tell yourself when you're older that I wish I was younger. Because when you're young, you want to experience life, you want to enjoy life. So it looks like it's hampering saving, but in essence, you're passing through life. So, but if indeed the young person, like I was young here, and luckily at that time I had help, I actually managed to save enough to take myself through the summer program. Remember when in KU we used to have the summer program where you don't take the long holidays, you remain in school. So I would save my help enough to cover the fee for the summer program. So that means I finished my college in 3 years instead of 4. So what would hamper, because my life was, I was like a hermit. So you go to church, go to library, go to your room. So for me, that created, I would say it's the thing that is driving you. It's the vision. It's what you want to achieve. So most of us come from a humble background. So the thing pushing you is I want to live different. I want my future life to be different. So it means you're focusing on what can I do to make it better. And that would drive you to save and try and do anything that would add value to your career, to your journey in becoming a better version than where you come from. Now, what would hinder the generation at the moment is I don't think things are as tough as during our time. You were born into a time when there's a bit of everything is there. There's technology, so you almost feel like it's really people don't understand that I went to school barefoot. It's not a thing that is there now. That means the things that would stop a young person in my time from saving may not be similar to now. But mostly it would be you want to go to Java instead of going to K1. You want to dress in the latest Nike shoes instead of comfortable shoes for going to class. You want to keep up with the Joneses, or it's simply there's no goal. Everything is there. So those are the things that can stop you from saving. But just to add on what Elvis was saying, the 50, 30, 20 rule. So 50%, you have to teach yourself now. 50, 30, 20. So 50% for the needs, the things you must do. Then the 30% for the wants, the things that neither here nor there. Then the 20% is for the saving. And you consider to help you think of saving as important. You think of it as I'm paying myself. So all these other things, the 20% I'm paying myself. So that will. It's about mindset, really. So sometimes it's also the mindset and the feeling that I don't have a bigger goal, so I might as well just have fun. Those are some of the impediments to saving, and mostly also not knowing, because some things you know with time. So for the young people, that can be.
I love that part you're saying, that you think of it as you're paying yourself, because most of the time you'll hear it from the young people. I don't know if, Elvis, you can attest to that, where they're saying that as they are saving is like, or like let's say, kuweka pesa mshwari ni kama kukuwa na gate, but then you don't have a fence. So you just bypass, or someone saying that I was saving and then the money is now saving me. So most of the time you find the young people make a joke of matters of saving. From where you sit, what do you think is the biggest challenge that prevents the young people from saving?
Okay, thank you. So the biggest challenge from my own perspective is the peer pressure. That is, you find that you might end up a day, there is a trend which is trending of a shoe which you haven't worn, and you see another person, your friend, is having that shoe, and maybe it's costing around 4,000, and maybe your income is 20,000 as a student, although maybe that is what you have been given. So you'll end up purchasing that shoe at 4,000, then forgetting to prioritize the other aspects you are talking about. So I think the peer pressure of seeing the trends, the fashion trends, that is most inhibitor of savings. Yeah, so apart from that, maybe I can add is that some people are not well conversant. They're not financially literate, that is. So you find that they're not aware about what they're expected to do with their finances, such that you find a young person earning his or her salary, then that is, I'm speaking of the person who has just gotten a job. Then the first salary, the first thing he or she does is buying the households. That is the first thing. But for me, I think I'm a bit well aware of what I'm expected to do, and my own perspective at the moment cannot be the same as back in maybe my first year, second year. Right now, I've changed. Thank you.
I think at that point I'm a victim, because by the time I was moving out, the only thing I was thinking about, for your time, I think the biggest flex of a young person was having your own place. But for this generation, it's not just having your own place, it's having a furnished place. I think that's the pressure as a generation we are facing. As a country, we have a problem of living within our means. We have a country, at the moment, we have a debt of around 12 trillion. And we are borrowing to fund our budget. At the moment, also, if we look at salaries, public servants have exceeded the 1 million mark. So we are spending around 48% of our GDP on paying salaries. So we have a problem of living within our means. And that means we source for a credit, we go into debts for that. So how do we differentiate not just in a national level, but at a personal level? How do we know that at this point we are taking a positive debt, and at this point this is not a good debt that we are taking? Whether it's in investment, how do we differentiate that?
So debt from the finance class, we call it leverage. So a good debt is one that is leveraging you to either earn more income or to take you to a new operating level. A bad debt is one where you borrow Peter to pay Paul. Most of the time you have Fulizard, you have Mshwari, so you're trying to keep yourself away from being demanded from all the perpetual apps. So that's the simplest way to describe a good debt and a bad debt. A good debt will take you to a higher level. It will leverage you. It will give you an additional income. And most of the time, if you take a loan to buy an asset or to invest in a business, most of the time those are things that will generate more income. So at some point it will still pay itself off. A bad debt is where you're taking a debt, you're paying another debt, it's multiplying your indebtedness, and there if it creates for you a crunch where at some point you have nowhere to run to, then you might end up with the Shylocks who then catapult your problems into an exponential distress. So that's a simple way of describing debt. And if you actually live according to the savings principle, it means with the 20% you can build yourself a kitty or emergency where in case of something that requires you to have money, then you can borrow from yourself. It's like an emergency kitty. So for us as students, as young people starting out, the demand on our money may not be that much, and it may not be a need. It may be a want. So you don't want to go borrowing because debt comes with a cost. And most of the times we don't consider that cost. We just see that we've been given capital or liquidity. But it comes with a cost. And if you can avoid it through the saving mechanism, then it saves you all the trouble.
All right. You probably won't end up in a situation where your saving is now serving you all the time. All right. From where you sit, how do you think this debt culture is affecting the young person of this generation? We've seen this mostly with Kenyan celebrity, where some of them, we have records of them borrowing to fund their lifestyle. So how does this affect the young person?
Okay, thank you. So debt is good and is bad, is what CPA Dorothy has said. And if it's a bad debt, that is, it might end up you making some wrong choices in life and maybe misusing what you have as debt. That is the money you have gotten. And when it comes to repayment, you find you struggle and maybe you'll end up in depression or maybe stress of not getting what you're supposed to pay back. So that is one of the things that maybe debt can cause to one person. So that is the stress management. A stress which results from maybe lacking the funds to repay the debt which you have gotten. Also another thing is that the young people are maybe getting listed to the CRB. That is the most negative thing, especially it is hampering the moment when you are listed there, you're not able to get other access to other loans as a young person. And maybe the young people are very ignorant of they gotten a loan maybe from a certain mobile service provider, that debt provider, then they don't repay. Then when it comes to the moment they need the money and they didn't repay the previous loan, that is when they find themselves not getting any further assistance. Apart from that, is the virtue of the social media trolls. You find that a person who hasn't repaid, and you have seen some of the cases happening in the social media sector, where a person hasn't repaid the debt, and then the person who lent it to him or her is claiming that the person is incapable and maybe has failed to repay that, then the crowd, the social media crowd, that is the social media people, then they come and troll you because of that. Then what ends up is stress and maybe depression.
Sure. Now, the producer is telling me that our time is running out. So I'd like to get cheat code on a saving, let me say a realistic one that probably someone can follow if it's using technology, if there is any apps or if there is anything that can literally help you build your saving culture. Whether it's a young person, you're old, you just struggle with saving, what practical ways can someone take as they begin this journey of saving?
So for me, the one that has worked, and is because in life you also go through the journey of a time you have, a time you don't have. But for me, it took because at some point during employment, you overcommit yourself. So you find yourself stuck. For me, it took a mentor who took me through a structured way of saying, for us to begin a journey of excess, you have to start by understanding your spending habits, your money personality. Remember, saving is a habit. So you have to form that habit before you even go to apps or anything. You have to form the habit. It takes about 21 days from the books I've read, Atomic Habits, but I've also practiced it. It takes about 21 days to form that habit. So start by tracking all your expenditure because you already know how much your income is. Maintain a notebook. You can maintain it in Excel. Track for maybe say 1, 2, 3 months. Track and see where does my money go. Then you start analyzing based on what we'd said. 50% should be the needs that you can't avoid. 30% should be the other things that you need, like going to the salon, the things that make you feel good. Then 20% is saving. So after understanding your money habit, your spending habit, your personality, you start seeing where shall I cut, where shall I reduce, because you want to build a habit. You want to build a personality that saves. So once you form the habit, then sometimes it's hard. So you go into places like, I worked at the bank at some point, so you do money, the standing order. So when the money hits the account, it's debited directly. So such things would force you into that habit. Then for us, where we have the apps, you go into the ones that lock your savings. It means it will cost you to access it before that time. So first you form the habit, then look for mechanisms that force you into that habitual space, and then pursue that discipline. Then the more you see your savings build, then when you start seeing, I can actually invest this 1,000 bob into some shares, it will give you a feel good, which is very important when you're forming a habit. So once you get to that level, it becomes a lifestyle, which is what we are looking forward to.
All right. From your side, what's your cheat code?
Okay, so for me, at the moment, I think I will agree with what CPA Dorothea said, the mentors. So for me, I guess I have a mentor who is guiding me through some of the savings perspectives and maybe some most life choices. Aside from that, I usually read some books about investing. That is the psychology of money. You can maybe, if you are new, you can just check it out. Also, Thinking Big is also a good book. And there are many of the books that are about investing. You can maybe check it out. Also, I've also invested also. I think not in the place of just tracking my expenses. For me, I've invested in some of the money market funds, and at least I can say there's a track record, a good one, since maybe my third year.
That is very interesting to hear about. All right, now at this point, I want us to wrap up because muda wetu umetupa kisogo, and I'd love for us to have further discussions on the psychology of money. It's something that I've seen it on social media a number of times, very many times, people saying money is energy. You know, there is the scientific side of it and there's the practical side of it. So I'd love for us, if it's possible, that sometime again we have the discussion on the psychology of money. That is, if it sits well with you. Now, to our viewers back at home, this has been a discussion on moving from surviving to actually living your life as a young person, building a culture of saving. From what you've heard from the brilliant minds that are here in studio, from CPA, Dorothy and Elvis, that is on the launch. Thank you so much for this, for you engaging with us. Coming up next in a short while will be a discussion on the state of our nation, and that is on newspaper review. See you then.
Na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii, na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari-ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Kimwele.
Ungana nami Malkia wa Taarab katika mitindo ya kipwani hapa KUTV. Yaani tunapozungumzia mitindo ya kipwani basi unaona napigwa na mawimbi makali sana ya baharini kutoka katika ufuo wa hoteli moja inayofahamika kama North Coast Beach Hotel, ambao ndio wadhamini wa kipindi hiki cha mitindo ya kipwani. Penzi mtazamaji, kwenye mitindo ya kipwani hutakosa kupata mapishi ya vyakula vya kipwani. Yaani hapa tunazungumzia vyakula vilivyokolezwa na kukorombezwa. Iliki, karafuu, abdalasini, samaki wa baharini, vyakula vilivyopikwa na kusukwa kwa kutumia nazi. Bila kusahau mazungumzo ya moja kwa moja, mazungumzo ya kusisimua na wataalam tofauti, waandishi wa vitabu waliobobea, watunzi wa kuhani mashairi. Bila kusahau mpenzi mtazamaji, taratibu zetu za taarabu na chakacha. Yaani pale ambapo viuno vya wanawake vinazungushwa kisawasawa kama panga boy za trekta ndani ya KUTV mitindo ya kipwani. Ukiwa nami na hodha wako Waridi Tamu. Usiyakose matamu jamani.
Get ready to embark on a journey into the exciting world of technology as we uncover the latest trends, interview top thought leaders, and dive deep into the world of tech like never before.
Currently, we are facing the challenge in terms of finance. It requires one to move from different counties because we really need a large data set for our model to be more accurate.
In this new and exciting series of the Technovation Show, join me Yvonne Kimuma every Monday 8:30 p.m. for a fun and thrilling experience as we explore the cutting-edge developments, meet visionaries driving change.
Somebody who is in the underground mine doesn't know the presence of those gases. So there are a lot of gases involved. There is methane, there is carbon monoxide, and there's also hydrogen sulfide. These gases actually, they are very dangerous and they're very toxic.
And discover the endless possibilities of the tech world.
All right, we are back on the launch with the newspaper review. I know this is what I had promised you earlier that we are going to be doing after discussion on savings, and it's moving from survival to savings, something that you should take home as well. what we've also taken home. Think of saving as a way of paying yourself. I know most of the time we say that nilikuwa na save, but then you're saving imenisave. As a country, that is where we're living. So right now, I'm joined by a very able gentleman. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on studio. I will allow you to introduce yourself, and this is before we get into the discussion of the state of our nation. Let me begin with you, Eric.
Yes, my name is Eric Mwanda, MCA aspirant in Jiru Ward. Thank you.
I love seeing young people as aspirants. So when you aspirant or what?
I'm still going for resub.
All right.
So
I also saw, is it Dennis? He also wants to be an MCA.
Yes, he's going for Kariobangi North. By-elections are happening on November 27th, 2025. And he wants to do it in Jubilee, and he's pushing to get the ticket. And it's at this point we're telling these parties, they've been saying, wakati wa vijana, wakona millennials, wakona Gen Z. We are testing them to see who are they giving these parties. Is it the ordinary and normal assets that we are used to, or the visionary leaders that we have based on their capabilities and not based on their weight of pocket? So my name is Ojwang Marema, communications expert, community leader, peace and sustainability advocate, and I'm glad to be here this morning.
All right, thank you so much for making time for us this morning, Ojwang. I hope all goes well for you. This is in line with the elections, also you, Eric. I hope everything goes well.
Thank you.
For you, now I have several newspapers here with me. I have The Star, which says, wash, wash, how Juba dirty cash is laundered in Kenya. That's the biggest headline, given prominence there. We also have The Daily Nation, 1 million state workers gobble up half of taxes. We also have The Standard, which says lavish Addis flight. And you know, last year we had so much of people saying that Ruto is a flying president. We had that discussion a lot. Finally, it's coming back in the newspapers, and also something that we also need to look at is Ruto at 3 on the 13th of this month. Yes. This administration will officially be turning 13 years since they got into office. So we have Ruto's at 3.
Yes.
Let's begin at that point. Ruto at 3. The Standard is saying, despite styling himself as the champion of hustlers and a defender of democratic freedom during his presidential campaigns, 3 years on, Kenya's civic space tells a different story. Human rights actors say freedom of expression has suffered its sharpest decline since the promulgation of the 2010 Constitution. A similar story is on The Star. They are talking of baptism by fire. Ruto administration at 3, presidency forged in fire. And this is in relation to an administration that has received the highest magnitude of criticism or opposition from the public. And I guess this is because the public has been empowered of their constitutional rights. They know, even baddies right now know about the Constitution. They know about what is going on in the country. So from where you sit, Eric,
yes,
how would you rate KK, the Kenya Kwanza administration, as they enter 3 years in terms of service delivery?
Okay. We understand that Kenya is growing gradually every now and then, and we are at that stage of growing for 13 years ever since we got the new constitution. It has been a lot of challenges because adaptability also. There has been some challenges in adopting the 2010 constitution, and most the constitution in 2010, most the people are more empowered. Majority are empowered. I would request my peer to pick the call, please. Sorry.
Just continue with it. You can have it on silent.
Okay. I'm sorry. I let Mr. Ojwang handle it, please. So, the Constitution 2010, majority of our citizens have been empowered democratically, and we also have the Bill of Rights where people have been engaging with the constitution. Now they can understand it better. So you realize that Kenyans are more empowered. All the things that are happening in currently, they were as well happening in the other administrations. Only that even in this administration, it has been advanced because people now are more skilled. You know, when watu wanaweza iba vizuri, wanajua sasa they have wanaongeza ujuzi yao ya kuiba. So when we rate Kenya Kwanza at 3, we realize that to some extent it has failed Kenyans because of one of the expectations that the Kenyans had, because our president was a hustler champion, and he promised Mama Mboga. We expected Mama Mboga to be a minister, maybe one of the CS. We expected Mutu wa Boda Boda to be maybe a PS somewhere. We expected people that they are not able financially. Maybe today they could be heading one of parastatals. But it was opposite. We saw Wetangula being Mama Mboga. We saw Mudavadi being Mutu wa Boda Boda. So Kenya, the current regime has failed Kenyan to some extent, but also it has to some level, there are things that they have done well. We cannot over-criticize everything. There are things that they as well have done right. Thank you.
All right, Ojwang. Some say that propaganda is louder than action. What is your red card in terms of Kenya Kwanza score?
What is the red card of Kenya at 3? It would be different with the Ruto at 3 or Kenya Kwanza regime at 3. Because as he was saying, everything that is happening has happened before. Only that we are more aware. Today you talked about how parties are civic aware. Let me tell you what I'm going to do is 1 billion today. Are you sure that people like Biashara, are you sure that
it is positive progress from the citizens,
yes,
but not from the government.
Exactly. That's why some people say on their Twitter or X platforms that
that's a bold statement.
Yes.
Speaking of that, I think this might be the reason. If you look at the Star, Star says, wash how Juba dirty cash is laundered in Kenya. And this is about their natural resources like the gold, oil, which are smuggled in the country, sold from Kenya, and then the country is illegally taken back to Jubaland. And this, they say that this is according to a UN report, which they say it's affecting the economy of Juba. For the past 3 years as well, we've also had problems with diplomacy. Tumekuwa na problems RSF, tumekuwa na problems when Ruto went to China saying that he will be part of the New World Order. Ikaleta tumbo joto states because as he got in the office, he was a US darling. So a problem with diplomacy. Right now we have the problem with Mandera, ni kama boda yetu imekuwa porous, and this is affecting our country in one way or another, because if a country is grey listed, because apparently right now Kenya is grey listed to be a country that is full of money laundering, kuna wash nyingi inaendelea Kenya, it's even grey listed. So from where we sit, is there a problem with the whole government, or it's just a problem with the Foreign Affairs Ministry? Let me begin with you, Eric.
Okay. Have not been in police department, but I have some statements that I know that they come from police. They say that every person is a potential criminal only until proven guilty. In Kenya, I don't know what has happened in our nation, because even if we can blame the government, in Kenya it is like it has forced every Kenyan to be a potential thief, only that until they get that opportunity. When we talk about the thing to do with the wash, you realize most of the thing these are saizi, wacha nitumie mfano, these are Kenyans maybe who are doing that business, and you know the society has put a lot of pressure in people to succeed, and everybody want to associate with the success. So irrespective of the means that you will use to ascend to that level, it will never matter unless you make money. So that pressure alone is making everybody to try to run away from poverty by all means. So you will realize that these are Kenyans. Let me assume, like, let me ask you that assuming in your family you are the person who is rich, and you have your siblings like the 4 or 5, they are poor, and you are the one only who calls the shot, even if you are the last born, you realize that money is good. So this is the problem that we are having in our nation, where morals and values are not coming at first, where people are rated by how much they have and what they can offer. So that one we will do away with the morals. So you realize that Kenyans, most of them watakuwa kule wakifanya hizi biashara za kuuza dhahabu, kuuza nini, even in politics. When you enter politics, if you don't have money, you are presenting morals, people will not hear you. But if you are presenting money, no matter, even if you will steal from them and bring back to them, watu watasema that is our guy, that is our G. So my friend has talked about civic education. We really need to educate our people that even faithfulness matters, to do the morality. They are very significant even in our growth. It's not all about today I had a discussion with him. He was talking about peace. It's not all about having living a lavish lifestyle. It's all about peace most of the time. So Kenyans at most I've been at Juba, the Juba land, that place. You realize that people are engaging onto those gold, those minerals. They want to, some they are selling even things that are not even there. Mkenya anaweza kuuzia paka shamba yenye haiko. Even when you want to buy a land in Nairobi, you have to be very cautious. So, to us, in as much as we have appeared the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, na unajua, these are still Kenyans. Si ati ni watu wengine wako in those ministries. You realize ya kwamba hata kwa those ministries, these are the same people that are doing exact the wash, and especially in the government. Because today, if my friend mtoto wa Mariam Ojwang, my friend here, if today Mariam is being in government, and as a matter of fact, most of those are going into the government to protect the issues they are doing, the bad things they are doing, because they know that power can protect them. So my point, I can say that tuko na shida wash is happening, it has been happening, and we have actors like Terence who has been telling the public actively ya kwamba hii ni kitu ambayo inafanyika, watu wanaoshwa, watu wanalia. So those are the things that has been happening there, but we want to enforce like let the Minister of Foreign Affairs engage. Let them engage and let everybody be brought to book, because we can't continue living that life. By the way, if you travel today to Tanzania, Uganda, we are safe. If today you travel to Tanzania and they hear you are a Kenyans, they know you are a thief. They tell you, hey, we are Mkenya go hapa. So
be careful.
We need to be, at least, because we are portraying a very bad picture even to the general public at large.
All right.
Thank you.
Now, speaking on matters ethics, we have courts stopping Ruto's protest victims compensation panel. That is Justice Kizito directed that ile panel ya Ruto. Hiyo ni mchezo kwanza, wangoje kwanza. We also have which paper was this? I think it's the Daily Nation. Not the Daily Nation. We have another story here where LSK files suit to enforce ethics, term loose-tongued politicians. You've mentioned something that most politicians get to office to protect their interest, and the goodwill is like it's lost. I wonder if you have goodwill, because you're also vying. Goodwill is questionable, because most of the time we get our politicians getting to office just to protect their interest, and we have the bodies that are responsible for taming corruption, ensuring we have ethics, ensuring that we have morals as a country. Most of the time we find that they are not working. The judiciary has also at some points, please MCK don't quote me for this or release a presser for this, the judiciary has been termed, before it's on record, being termed as just a barking dog and following orders from the executive. Now a lawsuit is filed to tame the tongues of politicians. Is this something that is possible from where you sit, Ojo?
nice watu wasiniulize maswali mengi, but he's knowledgeable, guys. Let's call a spade a spade. So when he left public service, he went into quiet. But character yako wewe haiwezi badilika. That's why people like Femi say, when he got back to public service, what are we hearing? Wash. Even kwa gazeti kama gazeti ya serikali, The Star, wash zinaongelelewa. And how are they doing this? They think that it is all over in the 90s and early 2000s that people are foolish. They are doing the same things. You see, if you want to quantify wewe kuiba through pesa kama transport, badala utumie Kenya Airways, utatumia hizi zingine zenye ni lavish, lakini sio utawalipa hizo pesa zote. Hizo zingine zote mjibie. Huo wizi ulisomewa wapi? Jua kuna mahali Kenya School of Government mahali lawyers huenda kusoma wizi. Hakuna shule kama Gitodhwa Primary School ama Kianyaga High School watu huenda kusoma wizi. It comes from your family. Then we have another family that has raised a hustler from politics. In 92 pesa zilikuwa zina trend, zinaitwa Jirongo 500s. This money was money that was, let me use the term created for campaign. It was dished out. Sahizi, if you look around, the reason hatuna pesa but tuko na pesa, it's because they are hoarding cash. Cash iko lakini haitembei. Inangojea tu time ya siasa inaachiliwa in the name of empowerment. That is lack of something that we call goodwill.
All right.
Why do people lack goodwill in their life? It is because they are in search of peace or either sustainability. I'm a peace and sustainability advocate, so I know. You see, Ruto hana kitu mbaya yeye anataka. Anatafuta tu peace. Kwa hii kutafuta peace kwake, anaambiwa na IMF, wewe unajua hauna mabeshti. Focus on these people, finance bill 2024. That finance bill, he comes, tells us, take this, tukunywe, kama vile Musa alipewa the 2 tablets, tukunywe, tunakataa. He's looking for peace. Anaenda anawaambia wamekataa. Anaambiwa shika pesa, honga wabunge wako. Si ni peace anatafuta. Anaenda anachukua. Anakuja kinawaramba, anasema hey, mimi Ruto hajawahi deal na watu kama sisi. So when he says we are terrorists, it is because ameshtuka, hajawahi na kitu kama hiyo. Baba himself has tried kunini maandamano since when baba yake aliondoka 1994. He has never managed kufika State House ama kukaribia. The now generation without baba, with baba on Ruto's side, wamechoma parliament. Hautasema hao ni terrorists. Hajawahi na kitu kama hiyo. So he is in search of peace. Goodwill inasema your core values and skills unafaa kuzitumia. Kuwa CEO kwa hiyo ofisi si yako. Duale once said, hii pesa si ya mama yako. What he meant ni, kuna reason kuna kuwaga na 5 years term. Utaondoka. Can you have or practice goodwill? Ndo watu wasaidike. Si hata wasaidike. They can help themselves. They are not PWDs. They are Kenyans.
All right. I'm looking at my time and muda wetu umeisha. Today we really had fast running. So I'd like for you to give us your final remarks, even as we bring this to an end. And you'll also tell us, do you have goodwill?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, goodwill, we need a political goodwill. Personally, I have one because I'm as well vying for the position of an MCA, and that is a public office. We must execute a goodwill at all levels, at whatever matter. So that is the thing that personally I believe in values. That is why I advocate for values as well. I believe in honesty. I believe in transparency. Things that they can bring sustainability even to our level, because even in jail we have a lot of challenges. Good of them, we have an issue of water that has been there since time memorial. We have an issue, we have a lot of challenges there. So these things, they really need a politician with goodwill. Unfortunately, we have them who go there and sit hall and they don't do anything. So from my level, I won't speak to the level more because my friend is going for a higher office. I know he can execute that from the parliament place where they make laws. And I think he will not be bought, because if he will, we shall come here again and remind him
what he said.
What he said. But mine is to ensure that my people of Njiru, they get security, they get water, education. We have a problem with a primary school with a population of more than 50,000 people. We only have 2 primary schools that are government. So we need to execute goodwill. Even we have our hospital there. It doesn't have drugs. Yet I heard the president say that if you go to an hospital and daktari anakuitisha pesa, peleka police station. But it is still happening even there. You will realize hakuna drugs. So my urge and my prayer for all Kenyans is to ensure that we have goodwill, not just in a political space, even in a corporate world, even in all our capacity that God has granted unto us, to ensure we execute it utmostly, because that is what Kenyans need. And at the end of the day, we are making a history where people will write a book with your name on it.
All right. Ojwang, make it short, please.
And I will even make it shorter. He's coming from Njiru Ward. I am not a prophet, but we were with you here when I told you that MCAs don't want Sakaja, but Baba effect will save Sakaja hata tukufika Senate, right? But hiyo haijamaanisha shida za watu mashinani zimeisha. Nimesikia kilio cha watu wa Njiru. It's still in Nairobi. Story yangu nayo nataka kuifocus on future, especially of young girls. Tulikuwa na wewe hapa hivi na Fendo when we were talking about consent. Today in the newspapers and everywhere on the headlines, we are talking about St. George's girls and what they did when one of their own had a jaw broken by a teacher. I am foreseeing a future whereby we won't need parents to seek consents on behalf of children. People like Melissa, in their days when wanaenda high school, wao ndio watakuwa kidecide sasa naenda high school, na high school inasema nafaa kupimwa pregnancy. Si niingie high school wanifanyie hivyo. I would encourage parents to be listening to their children. Mtoto umleavyo ndivyo akuavyo. Ukiona mtoto anakula mchanga sana akiwa mdogo, na umwambie ni nzuri ama ni mbaya, akiwa mkubwa ataanza kutuibia mashamba. Mtoto umleavyo ndivyo akuavyo.
All right. I didn't see that coming. So thank you so much, gentlemen, for making time for us this morning. Mtoto kimwacha kikula mchanga atatuibia mashamba. All right. Now, there are so many stories on the newspaper today that we have not covered. So you get yourself a copy of the same. And I think it's on the Financial Standard, where they're talking about our current position as a country as far as debt is concerned. At the moment, we are having a debt of 12 trillion Kenyan shillings. And public servants have crossed the 1 million mark. It's beyond 1 million watu wenye wameandikwa na serikali. So that means SRC is bagging around 48% of our salary. That is almost 50%. Little is left for development, and that is a problem that you need to be questioning your leaders, your members of parliament and your MCAs. Tell them to tell the president that that is not okay with us. So there's so many other stories on the newspapers that you can look at. Those are the ones that we managed to look at this morning. Thank you so much for being with us for the last, I think it's 1 hour, 30 minutes or so, that we have had a discussion or several discussions this morning on the state of our nation and savings, especially for the young people. It is a wrap from us. Thank you so much. Until next time, goodbye.
Fungulia TV uone vijana wako wakifanya mambo ndani ya mitambo mama. Sauti tamu kwenye redio, nimefika hapa juu ya maombi yako, hata kama sijafika niendako. I know I'm on my way. Napenda ukitabasama.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Bajuka ni kama unarusha mamikono, tingisha kichwa chuko usivunje kisogo.